It worked. We're connected. We're connected. We're connected. Who's still here? Who's still here? Are we? Did we stay connected? Maybe not. Was it a glitch or was it fully switched? Yeah, it did drop. Okay. I figured it happens once in a while. I'm not really sure what triggered it because it doesn't seem like anything did, but it's been on the fritz since the power outages, and I noticed the weather got better and things started to work. And I'll still once in a while have these issues. So I guess whatever I was talking about is a no-go, huh? Kidding. But I don't know. I don't even really quite fully remember. I'm just getting a head start on this upload since it's, you know. Did this last night too, a couple hours in, and then all of a sudden it drops the stream, and I got like another second shorter video, and then nobody ever watches the second part when it's too short. It's so funny. The drastic difference in views between the short, well, anything under an hour and anything over 3 hours. Very odd comparisons, which is something I've noticed on Twitch. So thanks for coming back. Sorry about that. Once more, don't really know what it is. We still do have our like 40 minutes of no ad time, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think like dream building is its own separate thing. 222 on the time, which is nice. Dream building is one thing, but lucid dreaming is another. So I think that I've just lucid dreamt so long that most of my dreams are very lucid, where I'm very, very aware of what I'm doing and where I'm going, but not necessarily able to control where and when that is. Mm, yeah, yeah, agreed. The lucidity is the greater blanket. It's one of the original songs that I fleshed out into having a tune and verses and a chorus and everything, which is more rare for me to do, where I just come up with all these like very tiny ideas. Was about lucid dreaming. Saw this image in a dream. Now it's towering building. Um, that's fair. Oh, I'm in a dream. This is a dream. It's usually only nightmares for me where I'm like, it's a dream. You can just wake up. And then if I can't, it's very scary. Watch me do this Marvel shit, right? It's like, oh, I could just fly out of here if I want to. And it's like, damn, it's not even letting me go anywhere. But that's okay. At least I'm flying. You know? How's it going? How is it going, everybody? How we doing? You know? Like, how is things? Good? Yeah? 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 Um, I'm kind of tired. In general or just right now? Nice. Did she say yes before you summoned it? Just curious. Or did you just do it without waiting for an answer? Agreed. Oh. Oh, how did that go? Somebody win? I don't think I've watched like a few episodes of Drag Race. Recently was hearing about RuPaul's punk ass roots, which is pretty cool and very expected because punk has always been queer. LOL. You're a goofball. I'm writing in cursive with this thing. It's a stick, so it's not actually writing, but I just love cursive and sigils, I guess. Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I want to remember this dream. And then it's like, damn, what just happened? Why can't I remember this? Yeah, I was really, really on top of it for a while, but lately I'm like, fuck everything. I'm just like, I'm in a place of in between. I know my good habits. I know my routines right now. If I'm falling out a little bit, I will get myself back on them and introduce them one by one. But right now, dreams are not at the top of my list. Like dream journaling or um, prepping for them, scents and rituals before bed. Not necessarily rituals, but comfort mechanisms before bed. It always helps and all that stuff. So, airplane mode on the phones definitely helps. But I just lately am like, I don't really have it in me to be going all out, going to other fucking planes while I'm asleep. I do it when I'm awake now. I can't just casually do that in my sleep at the same time. That's what I'm saying. I love writing, but I'm just like I can barely get anything done lately. I don't know what it is. Part of it is my routine cycle. Part of it I think is streaming where it's like it's not necessarily interfering with my life, but I definitely use it as an excuse lately. And it used to not be this way, where I was like, okay, I got to get everything done while I'm not streaming because I'm streaming tonight. And lately I've been like, well, I have to stream tonight, so it's okay if I don't get a ton done. And I love that I have this sort of relaxed energy about myself. I love that this makes me money so where I can say, okay, well, I am going to work if I'm streaming tonight, so I don't have to work too hard today. But then I'm also streaming 4 days a week. And so you can see how that maths out to be like, I can't have that mentality, you know? Especially if we're in a Trinity spot, we want tenfold. If I want more work, more money, more abundance, more wealth, more gratitude, more gifts, more receptance, that I have to be able to one, handle it, manage it, and time it out and schedule it, and also be able to um, speak it into this reality, right? So I've been like, not necessarily struggling with it, but I think I've been a little too passive in these things, if that makes sense. Where I'm like, oh, never pressure yourself to get anything done. See what? It's creeping me out a little bit. Was it this? What? See what? Was it glitching? What? You're freaking me out. What was it? Oh, creepy. I'm a glitch witch. I didn't see it that time, which is funny. It's like, uh, for me, the actual stream is on Twitch Studio Beta, right? But then in order to have the ad roll timer and able to add roll roll the ads, you have to have the browser opened up. So I noticed a lot of times on the browser video, it will show the glitching, but on the streaming software, it won't, and I find that very odd. It's very odd. But I'd pay attention to that for sure because glitch witch stuff, the messages will come in real strong, where there will be a frequency that agrees with me to some degree through the tech, if you believe in that kind of thing. Oh, absolutely. Comes with the necromancy is that ESP or that's not even yeah, electronic something. No, so I don't remember. Maybe that's not EPV. I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like that one movie, Paranoid or whatever it is. Paranormal. Paranoid. Yeah. Electric paranormal activity, EPA. No. Makes sense with the necromancy. Um, I'm a motherfucking EMP. I don't know what that is though. Electric Mystic Psychic. Electric Mystic Psychedelia. I kind of like it. Thank you for that one. I got into drawing a lot last year, over the winter, even in the summer. Sometimes I feel inspired to do things, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I take a break and think, what am I doing? What is the next goal? What do I need to address? What needs to be worked on? What do I need to push forward? What do I need to drop, you know? Amen, it is. A fucking man, it is. Pretty fucking wild the way we've assembled together life itself. Like, oh, maybe it is. I think a lot of us don't know what we're talking about. No, we do, but we don't, right? So funny. Feel pretty good though. That's cool. Yeah, I think kind of same, to be honest. Same with me. Should I have an unhinged Saturday? A mad Hatterday Saturday? I do unhinged Fridays where like after the Thursday stream, sometimes I just don't sleep and maybe we'll just take like a nap here and there. And then I'm off tonight from the stream so I can kind of do whatever. I gotta do some stuff this morning and then it's supposed to be like really summertime out today. And yesterday I only spent like an hour or two outside and I was kind of sad about it. So do I just stay up and like move with the wind today? Or do I sleep for hours on end and maybe miss the sunshine? So if I ever was a vampire, I don't want to know that I spent as much time in the sun as possible. Remember it well. So we'll see. Oh my goodness, because I'm about to tap. Sleep. Yeah, exactly. Yo, that's what I'm saying. And I thought the weather truly broke because it was like 70, 80 degrees all week and sunny as fuck. Even the days that said it was going to be cloudy, it was sunny. So I'm like, cool, that's the weather now. But next week, it's like, even this weekend, it's supposed to be 70 degrees on Sunday, but it's also supposed to rain. But then the next day, it's supposed to be 45 and in the 50s. And then one day in the 70s, but then back down to the 60s, 50s, 40s. Like, man, I want to go outside today. Everyone else was like, I went to the fucking beach. I'm like, I didn't. Y'all crazy for that, but I want it. I want to do that too. Y'all onto something there. Like, I want that for myself. So I feel like if I sleep, then it should just be later, like when it's less warm or during the night, or just like a quick nap until maybe 10 a.m. It looks like 11 is when the weather is going to slap really hard. It's going to be sunny and 70. 2 p.m. it'll be 80 and sunny. Okay, and even at 6 p.m. when the sun is setting, it's still going to be 80 degrees. It's going to be 70 all fucking night. It's going to be 60 degrees at 2 in the morning. That's a summer night. No, no. I mean, yes, I'm so down for that, but honestly, how about I just consciously stay up and think about these things while y'all sleep and absorb it, my energy and tune in from the astral plane because I can just project there while I'm awake. And that will be cool too. Yeah, do you think? That'd be good. Because I think I might stay up. I'm drinking this pop. I'm feeling it. I feel like I really need to be outside today. Or if I sleep, I can only give myself like a 2 to 3 hour window to sleep, or I'm asleep too long. And sometimes it's just like harder to wake up than it is to fall asleep for me, you know? That's whatever. Cool. So, though. Sometimes this vampire wants to be a day walker, you know? Sometimes I do just want to go out there and enjoy the day and go see what people are like, what they do, yeah? Want that. I'm already dressed. Go get another coffee. It was so good. I would love to start my morning with one of those. Fucking fresh walk and shit. That sounds so lovely. Since I gotta go out anyway, you know? It's like, cool. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it going. Is that crazy? Sometimes. But I've been sleeping late. Like the other day, can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. I've been sleeping a little more lately. I slept for like 12 hours one day. And then was like, whoa. But then, like, would sleep for 6 or 7, maybe 8 hours the following days after that. It was that full moon. I'm telling you, it made everybody tired. I feel like I need a day. Like, it sounds crazy, but I just sometimes need a day to, like, break it up so that I don't fall into these spells. But then it's like, well, it sounds like you're overcompensating sleep because you stay up. Like you would think, but no. If I have too many days in a row where I sleep long like that, it's like, yo, you're not truly exhausting yourself. You're just staying tired. Huge difference, right? Like I need to be a bit more active. I need to be exercising more. I need to be thinking about my physical body instead of just the way my mind is so drained and so tired because it's so distracted and living in three different realities simultaneously with many people involved in them, probably. That's like how it feels. So it's kind of like the process of not completely shutting down and starting back up because it's so much to deal with, but also being awake and consciously choosing to not allow people into your mental space, right? Um, Choosing what you focus on rather than letting it become you or overtake you, even if it's, outside of yourself, so to speak. Would love to watch the sun rising. I watch the sunset most days, you know? Today it was so beautiful. Well, yesterday, I suppose. It was so beautiful because in one spot, it was very blue. It was so blue. And there were some clouds and there was some gold and yellow strewn about. And there was maybe a plane that flew by and you could see its trails, and some might call it chemtrails or whatever it was. Lots of breaking and um, splicing, you know, just in the way the colors were layered, the clouds came in, and the planes that went by. But then if you just kept looking, this blue would turn into other hues, and then you could see on this side like a glowing glowing orange that just took up like this whole space. And then on top of it was this glowing pink, and then it was into the blue again as it was getting darker. It was so magnificent to me. And it was completely different, thank you. Completely different than yesterday. And it'll be completely different today. And then it's gonna do the same thing to get back up. But really what we're doing is spinning around. And the way that it can change shape and color and the way the sky looks is so mind blowing and just absolutely breathtaking every single time. I felt like I was in a room. Felt like the sun had created walls for me. It was so beautiful. It was literally so beautiful to look at. And the fact that it's just ever changing and always different is, it's just, I think that people really do take these things for granted and they kind of laugh at the notion of having the time to watch the sunset. But it's like you could just observe it for a minute here and a minute there, and you could see how much it can change from one second to another. Like, that's just so beautiful. Um, it's so funny. The other day, I was going to my little spot or whatever, right? And I'm in the parking lot, and I'm like, damn, I want to go inside, but I also just really want to watch the sunset. Like, I'm very, very drawn to this. It feels like summer, you know. Two, 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 two. I'm an ad timer. Feels like summer. I don't want to pull myself away from this. I'm very quite happy in the moment. I'm going to keep doing this. So I stood there looking probably very weird, and just watched it. And it didn't quite give me the same feeling as it did last night, where a few days ago, where I watched it and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to hold space for summer. It was just kind of like a daytime moment, whereas last night it was a marvelous work of art. And there is sometimes a difference. And like not every sunset's gonna be a banger, I guess. And in some places you'll see more beautiful sunsets than others. You think you've seen a beautiful sunset, then you go to New Mexico, or you're in the desert, on the ocean. And it's just everyone's sky is the same and somehow it is so fucking different. So it's just like being able to look up and recognize the beauty wherever you're at and understanding that you are the only one seeing it in that moment because everyone else is standing in a different spot than you and therefore seeing the sky in their own way from their own perspective. And it is a truly unique experience, not only because no two sunsets are the same, but because no two people are standing in the same place. That's really beautiful in itself, too, yeah? It is, right? Some days it's cloudy, some days you can't even see it, some days it's sunnier out or more gas in the clouds. I don't know what it is. More chemtrails about, but yeah, not everyone is going to be breathtaking, but the ones that do take your breath are very deserving of the life that you give it. For damn sure, yeah. So make that your mission this week, regardless of how busy you are, regardless of what people will say, regardless of what you think of it. Just kind of try to watch the sun set. Been only a few times in my life I sat up and watched it. And if you've never done that, oh, let me just, please, please. Okay, so there's like, you can watch the sunset and you can be looking at it and maybe look away and maybe you're talking to someone, you look back up, and maybe you check your phone and then you look up and then you like see it from this side and you look over and the side's different. Okay, maybe there's stuff to break up the view. Okay. Highly urge you, though, to sit in a space where you have a clear, full picture of the sky in front of you and sit and watch it change. Because, oh my God, like not looking away, not looking down even for a second. And if you're talking to someone, looking straight ahead instead of looking at them. And I mean, like, really watching the sunset. That's incredible. That is it is it was the moment a few years ago, a couple of years ago. It was the moment that I had reckoned once again with a love for science because watching the sunset, you could see how much was actually going on in the sky in front of me. Oh, it was so cool. Like shifting colors, but also seeing not necessarily patterns, but why? Oh my God, it's so incredible. The way that colors react and the air pressure can change the way something is viewed. And oh my God, no way. Love Cliff Bars. So solid, okay? Like what? Oh, so beautiful. Maybe watch a sunrise fully, but I feel like you get sun in your eyes and it would burn. Either way, watching the sky turn dark was an incredible experience. You can literally watch the science happen in front of you in the sky, like live. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's very hard to kind of get that time or get that view where, once again, it has to be a section of the sky where there's nothing to like interrupt the picture. You won't be able to see what's happening in the sky as much as it'll just keep looking different, you know? Um, and you can't look away for even a second or you won't see what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. So, oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah. I, I keep getting all these like random memories. There was one time, probably in like 2013. I think that gas station memory I was talking about, I said 2014, but that was 2015 that I was driving over there and talking about the gas station coffee. But there's this time in 2013. maybe 2013, maybe 2014. That time of my life is iffy because I'm like, oh, I was a year off for every reference point to a memory I made. I had the wrong year for that, so now everything's skewed by a year, but it was either 2013 or 2014. I was driving around by myself this time. No company, no plans, just kind of driving. Passing through anywhere I wanted to and kind of staying with anyone who would take me in at the time. And there's like a kind of like a need to isolate, you know? It's again, if only I knew I had PMDD, I'm sure a lot of my decisions would have been a lot differently, but that's okay. There's only 2020 for hindsight anyways. So, very much tendency and a need to isolate because I know that I get to be too much for people and the emotions are a lot. And honestly, I would just continuously think I was dying. And so much like an animal who runs away rather than letting its master see its death. It did feel like that at times without being able to fully realize or communicate that, right? So thinking back to all these times. But I remember on this particular trip, I had my Minolta 68 film camera with me to the hip, you know. I wore the same boots and the same skirt every single day, strapped with knives and shit. Yeah, right. And I was looking to play, but I never did, never had to. Thank God, because like, ugh, I was like an idiot, but it was just this uncontrollable rage that I still deal with that I didn't know what it was or how to deal with it back then, you know. So I just remember I wanted to develop this film, and at the time, you could still just drop them off at Walgreens and do 1 hour photo printing. Um, and some of them still do, you know. Um, but it's digital print. I think they have to send the film in now, right? They'll do digital printing in an hour, but they used to do film rolls. And this was only 10 years ago, you guys. Not even 10 years ago. It wasn't even a full 10 years ago because it was like 2014, right? So barely 10 years ago, Walgreens all over the country would accept rolls of film and develop them in an hour or less for you in store. And that's gone so out of style that it's a specialty thing that they have to ship it in now. How sad, but also how freeing. It was very wasteful. Lots of plastic canisters, those film rolls. But anyway, I'm sure they're replaceable and reused, right? So I'm in Oklahoma and I was like in my car because I just would do that. You know, I was like, I think I must have left New Mexico and went to Oklahoma, right? Like, and then was going to carry on and either go to Colorado or go back home. I don't remember. Probably went out there for a show or something. And I just remember like, I don't know why I was thinking of this, but there's one day I woke up really early, like way earlier than I ever would. Maybe 5, 6:30 in the morning. And I think Walgreens opened at 8 or something. And I was like, well, I can't sleep. I don't know where the fuck I am. I like pulled off in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma or some shit. Like, I don't even know. And so I was like, um, I'm gonna chase the sunset or the sunrise. I'm gonna chase the sunrise. I'm just gonna follow it, you know, due east, I suppose, and like just drive down these backwood, backcountry, winding roads and just get a little lost and follow this sunset. Or I keep saying sunset, but it was fucking ass crack of dawn morning and watch the sunrise. And like I stopped at a gas station and got coffee and like a banana, probably protein bar, like basic, you know, travel stuff. And I like watched this sunset. Why do I keep saying sunset? Watch this sunrise as I drove around, right, until Walgreens opened and I could go drop off my film. And then until I could go check into my motel or whatever the fuck I was doing at the time. So I just thought that was a cute memory to think of where, again, there's not very many iconic moments in which I'm watching the sunrise other than like that or being up all night, sitting on the roof of my old house, watching the sun come up because we were partying all night long. But there's very few times I really do see the sunrise. So the times that I actually gave it the time of day to hold that kind of space right here in my own atmosphere. They stand out almost more than a sunset, even though I love them so much and can appreciate each one even now. Wow. So late already. Okay, I'm gonna roll ads. Last ads of the evening. I'm gonna start cleaning up, readjusting, and getting off here, I think, because I'm just babbling about the sunrise and I'm ready to go out there and see what it's like. Hmm. So I'll be right back and then I'll be saying goodnight. Okay, thanks for sticking it out to the end, folks. I am wrapping it up though. So, tune back in. I'll be back not tonight, unfortunately for you, but it is a day I take off because it is the weekend. But I'll be back Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday, Friday, current days. But if that changes, you'll be the first to know, and I probably won't be. So you'll see me. See me. In the meantime, watch the replay. Visit my website. Sign up. Become a member. Let me know who you are. Book your own personal reading, which I will do tomorrow, today, whatever, on my days off. But once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making this happen. Let's all get some sleep, yeah? I love you all so much. Mwah.